to go live if randomly it wasn't planned or scheduled. So if you happen to come across this while I'm live, definitely say hi in the comments. If you know somebody who can benefit from this topic or has just been thinking about getting on video but just not real sure where to begin, I encourage you to share the link with them so that they can join. Or if you're watching the replay, be sure to share the link and have other people come and watch this as well. So the reason why I wanted to go live today is that I went live a couple weeks ago and loved the experience of the vertical video, which is relatively new to YouTube. If you are watching the replay or joining me live, let me know in the comments if you've tried the vertical. My brain's going too fast. If you've tried the vertical format yet in going live on YouTube. And if you have, let me tell you what you prefer. If you prefer vertical or horizontal, if you haven't tried both of them yet. Anyway, the reason why I wanted to come on here and go live today is one, because I enjoyed it the first time going vertical, but also I wanted to talk about the real reason why people decide to make that decision to go start creating videos for their business. And it doesn't have anything to do with them or them showing up on camera or how they feel about the overall experience of being on camera. Showing up on video is all about your target audience, right? So when you can put that top of mind and say, hey, here's the reason why I'm doing it, it makes it a little bit easier to show up on camera. And the reason why I say that is because when you focus on the other person, like I'm not focusing on myself right now. I'll probably go back and watch this later just to make sure that the sound and everything came through okay. But I'm not focusing on myself. I'm focusing on you on the other end and saying, you decided to invest some of your time in watching this video, whether you're here live. And if you are, let me know in the comments. I can see that there's a few people here. Just say hi in the comments. Let me know where you're joining me from. And if you have any questions or anything you want me to cover while I'm live, I would love to know. But the reason why that we show up on video, whether it's live or it's pre-recorded, is that we want to connect with our target audience, right? Video is the second best way that you can do that. The first or the number one way that you can do that is actually in person. So if you attend in-person events or if you work in an office and you have clients coming in or that sort of thing, then that obviously is the best way to connect with people because you can actually like feel their vibe and you can get to know them better and have longer conversations, and it's two-way, right? So right now I'm on camera, which seems like a one-way conversation. If you're here live, leave some comments. Let me know you're here, where you're joining from. I would love to know. And then also I can engage with you as well. So live is a really great alternative for that. But showing up in video regardless is going to help your ideal customers get to know, like, and trust you faster. So I was thinking about this before I went live and I'm like, okay, let's think of like different things that people might say. So there might be some people who are like, I get lots of clients and all I do is, create text post on LinkedIn or Facebook. And I don't feel a need to get on video. And the thing that I would say is if that is your, preference, then I applaud you because you're getting clients already, right? But I would also ask you to step back and say, could I be getting more? And if I could be getting more, and if I wanted to get more, like maybe you want to grow your business, you want to make more money, you want to work with different types of clients, but you might need to go in a different direction. How are you best going to stand out in the social media feed? And I don't know about you, but when I scroll social media, it depends on the platform. Like on LinkedIn, I see a lot of text posts, a lot of carousels. If I'm on Facebook, then I see a lot of images. Instagram's a combination between images and reels. And then, of course, TikTok is all about videos, and so is YouTube. But the reason why I'm sharing that is because when you pay attention to what's happening in the feed and you start looking at it, not really paying attention so much as to who's posting it or what it is that they're posting, but how does that post or how does that message stand out in the feed? And a lot of times when you look at that and you say, how is my post, whether it's text, it's images, or videos, going to stand out when my target audience has however many connections or followers or subscribers? How am I going to stand out in the feed? On YouTube, it's a little bit different because people are usually coming to YouTube with some type of intention or purpose. They're either coming to do some research and find a solution for a particular problem, or they could be showing up on YouTube to be entertained by the YouTube shorts, or just kind of see what people are doing with YouTube shorts, maybe comparing how that is with what people are doing on Instagram Reels and TikTok. But knowing your ideal audience, where they're spending time, and then really understanding how you can stand out is where your mindset should be when or if if you're wanting to grow your business. And video is one of the best ways to do that. It's not just me saying that. There's lots of research, and I've shared it on social media. I've shared it in my videos. I share it in my emails. I share it with my communities and the 3-day challenges that I do, which I have one coming up at the end of this month. If you want to know more about that, I'll include a link in the comments. So be sure to like this, or just make a comment. I'll make sure I respond and give you that information directly. But that's one of the things that people are looking for. They're looking for video because time is money. Well, I don't want to say that because that's associating time with money. But our time is valuable, right? And we want to leverage our time and make the most of every time that we're spending, whether it's in our business, it's with our clients, it's with our family, it's alone doing our own thing for like self-care. But our time is precious. And when you think of someone who's going to be scrolling social media or looking for information on YouTube, they're really going to be looking for what's standing out the most, especially if they don't know who you are. And then you have to look at it and say, is my personal brand, me showing up on camera, is that the most important thing? I know with AI right now, there's a lot of channels who are creating video content using AI, and they are just skyrocketing their channels. The only reason why I don't focus on that is because that's not a way to build your personal brand. So I want to be the face of my brand. I want to be the recognizable brand for video marketing, for getting seen and heard more on video. So if you want to be the face of your brand, or if you want to be the personal brand associated with your brand or with the videos that you're creating, AI is really good for creating, planning, doing some of the things, automating like behind the scenes, and even publishing. But you showing up on camera is actually going to be the best way to do that. Now, you might be thinking there's already AI. If you're joining me, thank you so much for joining me live. Let me know in the comments that you're here. I would love to know where you're joining me from. I just wanted to say thank you so much for being here too live. There is AI that's available for like duplicating your person. So you can actually have a double, you can have a twin. Hey, thank you for joining. I'm not sure if I'm going to say her name right. Sarah Bannon. I know I didn't say that right. I apologize. And then there's also AI that can create your audio too, that it can take your voice and it can duplicate your voice. So that technology exists. That is taking your personal branding to a whole new level. You have to show up on camera first in order for those things to be duplicated. Now, do you have to post those videos publicly in order for that to happen? No, you do not. But you still have to be comfortable and understand why you're showing up on camera, and really help your audience, regardless if it's going to be you or if it's going to be your duplicate, AI created person, the messaging and the value, and they're still going to need to associate you with your personal brand. So that's why video isn't really about you. It's all about, hey, Shelly, you're joining from Dallas. Awesome. Thanks for being here from Texas. I appreciate it. Video is really about the other person, the people who are watching your content, and really understanding the overall flow of the messaging and what it is that your ideal customers really want to see and hear from you. There's so many benefits to this, and I actually communicated this in my email either today or yesterday. I think it was today. I actually put it in there that I've talked about this on social media before too, is that when you're showing up on video and people are like, well, how can I show up on video and actually be seen and heard more on, what are not only on other social media platforms, but hey, Emanuela, I hope I said your name right. Thank you for being here. Tomato Gods, what do you know? Oh, they deleted it too quickly. So they say a lot of times, like, not just about showing up on social media, but a lot of times it's, what's in it for me, right? So if I'm going to be sharing all of this, and you're like, okay, so what are the ultimate benefits besides, helping my clients? And there are things that showing up on video can do too. And a couple of examples are one of the things that happened to me recently is there was a publication that was writing an article and publishing it in their magazine. And one of the contingencies was if you want to also provide a video, that will get you pushed up higher in the publication schedule. So there weren't that many people who were sharing videos. So I actually got pushed up, I think it was 38 people, because I was accompanying my article with a video. So there's benefits to doing that, right? So if you're only showing up and creating content that's in text post and maybe even audio if you're doing podcasting or if you're being a guest on other people's podcasts, those are Helen, I think that's how you say that. Thanks for being here. Um, but if you're doing video podcasts or just being on podcasts too, you're helping your ideal customer or the podcast host and their audience get to know and hear your voice a little bit more. And as you know, like being in video right now, you can see me, you can see my facial expressions. I use my hands a lot when I'm talking, and those are things that you can't get in text format. Even in images, you can see the people, but you can't hear their voice. You can't, hear like or get to know them a little bit more like showing up on video. So it's one of the things that I always tell my clients is that, think beyond just showing up on camera, because a lot of times that's what's stopping people from showing up on camera and creating videos, is that they're worried about themselves and they're worried about what people are going to say about them. They're worried about being judged. And I did share this morning on LinkedIn and Facebook, where I shared it was a screenshot. It was actually the thumbnail of a video. It was a live stream I actually did on YouTube when the pandemic had started. And I was inspired by Pat Flynn, who was doing a daily live stream on his YouTube channel. And I connected with a lot of amazing people in the chat there. And so we were challenging each other to do the same thing. So it was my first time going live using a third-party app. I'm not sure if it was StreamYard at the time. That's what I use now. Not here, but when I go live. But I was having problems. It was the very first time I did it. So even the thumbnail I created, which was just from the video itself, was terrible. So I was just like, I want to share those things with people to let them know that getting started, like, we're all terrible when we first get started with anything, right? It's not just being on video. It's not just social media or marketing, or even if you're starting a brand new sport. You think of NFL players or professional basketball players, like, they're great now, but they may not have started great. They may have had a passion for, dribbling the basketball and making shots, and they did really well, but they still had to practice and they still had to keep getting better at their craft and keep getting better at their skill in order to get to the level that they're at. So what I like to do when I'm working with clients is to help them be the best version of themselves on video. And a lot of what I talk about, a lot about like how I coach them, is to how to connect with their ideal audience on the other side and not focus so much on themselves, but what message are you delivering? How are you delivering it? And ultimately, how are you helping the people on the other end? So hopefully if you were here for the live, if you're watching this replay, I just wanted to go live for about 15 or 20 minutes. I'm getting close to that 15-minute mark. But really looking at it and seeing, does going live on video or just being on video in general, is that going to help me take my business or my personal brand to the next level? And I will answer that for you and say that it will. You just have to be committed to taking that first step and saying, I'm okay with my first video or my first attempt going live not being okay. Because if it's not, it's okay. Like, I survived, right? And I kept going. I didn't let that stop me from moving forward and helping my business and helping my business get to the next level. So I encourage you to take that first step and show up on video, not for yourself, not for your business, not for your brand or what it can do for you guys, but what you can do for your target audience, because I promise you they will appreciate it and they will really enjoy getting to know, like, and trust you more if they can see and hear you on video, more so than in text or not showing up at all in social media. But if you want to join my live 3-day challenge, I will include the link in the comments. But if you're here live and you want to know what it is, you can go to my website, which is vickyoneil.com/3-day video. So the number 3, DAYVIDEO, which is all together. There's no dashes or anything. But I would love to have you join me in that 3-day event. On the page, it shows all of the different things I'm going to be talking about. But in general, it's going to be talking about really understanding how you can get the most visibility on social media. I'll be giving you a blueprint on how to make that happen so that you can get more visibility, but then also convert, right? So you don't want to show up on video and not get people to subscribe to your channel or download your lead magnet or attend your event or something like that. So part of what you'll do there is to make that happen. But then also we'll go through like a plan that you can create your own videos moving forward. But the most important thing at the end of that 3-day event is that you're going to have 3 videos you'll have created that you can either post on social media or just say, hey, I created these videos. I've gotten over that first step, over the hump of getting started, and at least getting familiar with, that process and really getting out there and putting yourself out there. So if this has been helpful, you've liked this, give me a thumbs up, like the video. Again, if you're crazy life with, I can't see, I should have put on my glasses. That's the downside of going live on my phone, is that I can't see very well the comments. But thank you. I saw that somebody just left a comment and said hi. So thank you. I see it's crazy life with, I think it says Ashna, if I'm saying that correct. So thank you for being here, and thank you for leaving the comment. I appreciate it. But if you're watching the replay, leave a comment. Be sure to like this video. And if you're not already subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and do that now. I go live. I don't have a schedule when I go live, but I do post videos every week. That could be long form, short form, going live sometimes. I post community posts. And then any comments you'll see, if you go back on any of my other videos, I respond to them very quickly. So if you have a question or if there's anything that you see and you're just like, hey, I want to know more about this, leave a comment. And as soon as I see your comment, I will respond. Okay. So yes, that's correct. Awesome. I'm glad I got it right. A lot of times if I can't see it, I like miss a letter or something and then I pronounce it incorrectly. So I'm glad I got it correct. Thank you for letting me know that. I appreciate it. All right. Well, thanks for being here. If you joined me live, thank you. Watching the replay, thank you as well. And until next time, make today great.